I've been involved in Catholic evangelization for 43 years, and it was Bishop Sheen who got me fired up about my Catholic faith. And we started Lighthouse Catholic Media, St. Joseph Communications, and now Virgin Most Powerful Radio. And I've been invited to give a talk on how the Rosary can help build up our priests here in the world. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm promoting Archbishop Fulton Sheen's Priest Retreat as a way to give our listeners and the people that are here a way to give a gift back to their priests. I'll be honest with you, a lot of the priests today didn't get good formation. You think? Yes. And Bishop Sheen is the answer for helping your parish priests fall deep in love with Jesus and the Church and Our Lady.
Hi, this is Ashley Sadler with LifeSiteNews. We're here at Hughes Stadium in Sacramento, California. The Rosary Crusade, sponsored by the Knights of Columbus. This is a Rosary Crusade specifically to support and to pray for our priests who are out there supporting us. So we're here, it's going to be thousands of people coming here to the stadium, thousands of Catholics praying the Rosary to support our priests. We got to speak with several of the keynote speakers, including Terry Barber, who has been a pioneer in Catholic media for several decades. Also, Father Donald Calloway, author of Consecration to St. Joseph. So we got to speak with some people to find out their views on what this event is going to be about and the power of the Rosary. So let's find out what they have to say.
Right now I'm just kind of trying to get some mini B-rolls.
Can you tell us what your name is and what brought you out here today?
Of course, Ashley. So my name is Thomas Villalobos. Came out here with some of my family. You know, pray to the Rosary, pray for America, pray for the eminent conversion in America. America has such an important role to play in the world, and we want to see her conversion to, the right path, the true path, the Catholic path, and, for the conversion of all nations, that they come into the family that is, the Catholic Church.
My name is Father Bernardine Mugabo, and I came today to hear Donald Calloway, Father Donald Calloway. I heard his conversion story is so good, and actually I heard on EWTN, where he was talking about the Rosary, the power of the Rosary. It was so good, it was so convincing. I could not miss today.
I live in Hoboken, New Jersey. I work in New York City. So during the pandemic, that hit us hard in many different ways. Myself, when we lost Easter that year, I really got in a tailspin, and I found myself getting a little more down. And then the worse I felt, the sillier I felt, because I know if I had a consistent prayer life, I'd get out of it. And it was really one of those tug of wars where I said, if I feel like this, others feel like this. And there's a ton of resources to pray the Rosary. I know no one needs an app, but being that we are the Universal Church, I wanted to make something very similar to a fitness app. It's going to remind you when it's time to pray. Church bells will go off. I have multiple languages. You can pray the Rosary in English, Spanish, French, Latin, Portuguese, and I'm always adding languages. So it just kind of was like born from the pandemic, and then it grew into this.
Can you tell us from your experience as a priest, the power of the Rosary?
Oh my Lord, I came from Rwanda, where my home country, where the Blessed Virgin Mary appeared in the place called the Kibeho. And of course, as usual, she asked us to pray the Rosary. And she did teach us about the Rosary of the Seven Sorrows, and she reminded us that Rosary makes miracles. I've been praying a Rosary for a long time, okay, so I know how important it is. Yeah. There are so many areas where I could have been, delivered, killed, or into deep trouble, but the Rosary, it's a very good prayer. Yeah. I can remind, by the way, you cannot leave your weapon home.
Exactly.
I have a good one.
Well, Jesus, he's the God-man, right? So he's divine. We worship him. He's our Savior. But he has the fullness of humanity. So he has a mom, and he loves his mom. And so if we love her, that's going to be super pleasing to him. And actually, I think we have an inside track when we're closer to her. I'm a guy, right? I'm not the Savior. I'm not the Messiah. I have a mom. If you say something beautiful about my mom, or you give my mom roses, or if you even got wild and wrote a song about my mom, you've got my attention, right? I'm going to give you whatever you want if it's within my capability, but I'm not God. I can only give you so much, but Jesus is God. So if you honor her, love her, wow, the heart of Jesus is going to be so moved by that, and you are going to be blessed.
Archbishop Cordileone made the pastoral decision to actually bar Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi from receiving communion, presenting herself for communion because of her public stance supporting abortion, which is obviously in violation of church teaching, Catechism of the Catholic Church. So what do you think about Cordileone's decision? It's obviously generated a lot of controversy, but other bishops are coming to his support and saying the same sort of thing. So what's your take on that?
My take on it is a year ago, I asked Bishop Strickland, would you allow Pelosi to receive Holy Communion in your diocese today? And he said, no way, till she repents of being a pro-abortion politician. And you see, that's what we need more of. And I think Archbishop Cordileone's speaking out on this is going to renew more bishops to speak out. Because let's be honest, you remember back when Bishop Strickland was at the Bishops' Conference, LifeSite covered it, when Bishop Strickland said to the bishops, do we really believe in the Eucharist or not? Well, this is the kind of bishop we need in the church. And I think Bishop Cordileone is going to help other bishops come out and be more orthodox in their teaching. Father Bill Casey said the most merciless thing you can do is let someone wallow in their sin. And the Archbishop has spoken, and I think that he's calling all of us to be faithful in the Eucharist.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how it plays out, because now it'll go to the states, and some states like California saying they're going to be abortion sanctuary, whatever you call it, crazy stuff, right? So we just need to continue to pray for conversions and for real biblical events to take place, in my opinion. I mean, we've done enough dialogue. It's time to get some serious stuff going here and some massive conversions. And we can be a part of that with our prayers, sacrifices, penance, fasting. We need to do our part.
So that concludes the first ever Rosary Crusade here at Hughes Stadium in Sacramento, California. They're planning to do it again next year. It was a big hit this year. Lots of people come in with their families. We saw a lot of priests and nuns come as well. Very great community. We had Terry Barber and Father Donald Calloway as our keynote speakers, gave some amazing, incredible talks about the importance and value of the Rosary, especially at this very tumultuous time in our history. It was a blessing to be here. With LifeSite News, I'm Ashley Sadler. God bless.